okay, we'll cut that bit out where I'm saying we're going to be getting grilled. That doesn't make any sense. We are going to be, today, we're going to get grilled. Hi guys, welcome to Millennial Media. Today we're going to be doing a Millennial Mindset. We're going to be catching up with Love Island's Adam Collard, owner of Sculpt Fitness in Newcastle. We're going to be talking about business, fitness, motivation, how he set up his own gym, things like that. We're also going to be getting a workout in as well. Just going over things that hopefully you're going to find really educational. You're going to be able to implement into your business, okay? So stay tuned. Okay, so with the Naked Deli in Newcastle, nut butter fudge pre-workout, essential. Literally, I would say this is my favourite treat, is a nut butter fudge. Anyway, so one thing got speaking to someone about the other day, about making it as a personal trainer or in the fitness industry as it is. And I'm not talking about like making a couple of grand a month, having a nice car, and just living like a pretty decent lifestyle from being a personal trainer. I'm talking about like generational wealth where you can retire on it's like set you up. The only real way to do that in the fitness industry is to increase your network, either one of two ways. So you can either increase your network in size and charge less, so have a product which 2,000 people can use and they pay £5 to £10 a month each for it, or you increase your network in value, so you basically have a higher net worth network and charge top end prices. So whether it's something like charging £20,000 to £30,000 per year per client to train with you, very exclusive. You might only have 5 to 10 clients on this, but it is doable. There are some people in the fitness industry who are so niche, they only take on very, very high net worth clients who get a very specific tailored package, round the clock support, literally everything, but they're paying like a very, very high amount of money each year for that. So they're pretty much the two ways to make it in the fitness industry. You increase your net worth in value or in size. Probably too good. It's supposed to be 280 calories. It's not 280 calories. I'll tell you that for free. Don't care.
Well, it's good. You good, man?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I've been, you know. I've never been when it was Aurora either.
Have you not?
Nah.
Oh,
I don't even. You're pushing your body further. So I think that people are like, oh, you get injured when you do CrossFit. Well, you probably more get exposed. Like that's what I found. I got exposed with my shoulders being too tight, and therefore when I was kipping more, doing bar work, because they were tight and because I obviously had a weakness there.
Yeah.
It just exposed it.
Point because you'll always be more interested in the business aspect instead, and like providing for people and stuff like that, which is true, to be honest. Like if someone was struggling or someone needed more time, I would give it them before I give it me. It's just the way I am, and I just manage.
I think with a lot of like people in the fitness industry, not just CrossFit, money is almost like a dirty word, isn't it? Like people don't want to be seen to be making money from fitness. Yeah. It's almost like people are like, because when people start realizing you're making money, like clientele-wise, it affects people, it affects clients. Second you got a brand new A5, people's mentality towards them changed, mate. Yeah. Well, like we paid for that. You can make a fortune from it, and I think like the more money you make, like the more people you've helped, and the more people that you help and the more money that you make, the more people that you can help. This puts you in a better situation to do something like this. Think about how many people you can help now that you've got your own gym, compared to when you were working out someone else's. Like your reach is much better. You could improve hundreds of people's lives a year. Then you go on Love Island and get a bigger following, and then you can help thousands of people a year.
Well, that's what I mean, but certain people don't understand.
But it's like, oh well, you shouldn't be making money from it. But a doctor is allowed to make 8, 9 grand when all they do is treat people once they're fucked, and you can stop them getting fucked.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
She was like, it's going to take you to go and knock this kid down a few pegs who's just started working on Hollister. He's a real cocky little shit. And I was like, who is he? And then she was like, oh, he's called Alexander Paul. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually friends with him.
second of bush. Yes, full send. Oh. Just need a second of bush.
Next round.
Yeah. Last set, last set. Okay guys, so as promised, we're here with Adam Collard, owner of Sculpt Fitness in Newcastle, and we're going to do a few questions that a couple of people asked and a few things that I was interested in finding out as well, about fitness, about business, and about like how you manage to grow your brand, how you're managing to like stay motivated with everything you're doing. So we've got some good questions for you. We'll get into that now.
Yeah, good. I'm getting grilled.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously we know that you had a lot of success on Love Island a couple of years back. How do you think the best way for kind of people, especially within the fitness industry, is to grow their following?
I think in the fitness industry, my following sort of grew, I mean, nowhere near what it is now, but it grew because I was just consistent with the videos that I was putting out there, like workouts to follow, maybe examples, maybe quick fixes, like certain things, and it sounds stupid, but like I was putting out content at the very early stages of my Instagram account, being like, how to get rid of elbow pain by doing like rollouts with a bar on your arm and stuff like that. And like, even though, because I think before Love Island it had about 16, 17k, which is not like a mad amount, but everyone who did follow us there, the engagement was so high because they actually cared about what I had, what I posted. There's a few people out there now who I know, like there's a guy who I know has got about 35,000 followers on Instagram, which is it's not a lot these days.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, every half-good-looking girl in Newcastle has 50,000 followers, but his engagement is one of the best engaged profiles I've ever seen, and I know what he does online-wise is in the money, the revenue he brings in, the amount of clients that he gets, and if you relate that to how small his following is, it's insane.
Yeah, he's
so
got the right clientele on that.
So either if it was a fitness following, give someone value. If it's not a fitness one, like I'm a big fan of all these ones like JR Barres and Rob Strock, I think he's called. Like they just have sick travel content. Just choose your route and stay consistent.
And like I obviously have the luxury of like seeing all of your Instagram from like when you first started, when you were working at, was it the gym on Gosford High Street?
The gym.
Yeah,
the gym,
obviously I saw a lot of your like content then, putting out, whether it was an iMovie that you were using at the time, because I remember, because I had that one as well, and a lot of the stuff that you're putting out there, it was there wasn't a lot of people doing that at the time. There wasn't a lot of people putting on like really educational stuff that was helping people. So yeah, definitely I think from what I've seen of you is kind of like how much of an educator you are on there, and you're willing to kind of give away so much of your knowledge on your platforms to help people, and I think that's obviously really works.
I still remember the workout we did like an upper body push session, and I think I edited it and it was terrible editing on iMovie, but it was like we were just fans of, I think we were looking at just people that were like maybe 4 years older than us, and we were like, yeah, we want to do that. We want our own gym. We want to help people through Instagram. We want to be able to work from anywhere in the world. That was like just our first attempt. Yeah, because I remember it was the first time I did an overhead dumbbell triceps. With and my triceps were killing me for like 4 days after. Okay, so obviously you were on Love Island. A lot of people will know you through that, and you've been able to obviously grow like your fitness brand after that as well. But how do you feel like Love Island changed you, or do you think it did? Do you think it did change you at all? I think yes and no, in the sense of before I went on Love Island, I had a bit of a plan in the sense of I went on from a business perspective, and the girl that I ended up finishing with coming off the back of it that I was with for like 8 months sort of happened by accident. Like I wasn't going there looking for that. I was going there because it's great for business, it'll be a laugh, I'll have fun, and maybe I will find someone by accident, just like you would do on a normal everyday life.
As well.
It's a free holiday. So that's definitely changed my life in the sense of it was like overnight fame. I don't like saying fame because I'm not like whatever, but it changed in the fact of like I could hit a lot more people around the world, and I knew that, I was aware of that. So that was obviously going to benefit me. But in the sense of like personally, like my morals and stuff like that, I like promised myself that Like, I remember sitting down and speaking to my dad, and he was like, "Why do you want to go on this show?" Because he wasn't really like, he didn't really get it. He was a very private person, and I was literally like, "I've got a gym, which I've had for the last year. I'm going to go on, get as many followers as I can, come off and do the gym and do it online." And I was like, that is it. And as soon as that, I would go back to work, I'll go back to being a normal person and just be exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really sort of like went in my head at all. The only thing is, I probably would say I have to be a lot more careful
With what you say.
with what I say.
Yeah.
Maybe like, if I am like going on a night out with my friends and stuff like that, like, you just got to be careful because you don't know who can see you or what you can portray, because it's going to hit a lot of kids as well.
Yeah. Do you still get like people, do you get people coming to you quite a lot?
Yeah, but not when I'm home as much. There'll be the odd person at home, but it's more the in between Newcastle and London, because you've got big people in London.
Yeah.
You can walk past David Beckham in London if you're on a posh enough street.
Yeah.
And you, like here, everybody knows me as the guy who's just had a gym locally for years anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the middle, like the Manchesters, the Birminghams, the Liverpools, that's like I was in Liverpool the other night, that's where it's intense.
Yeah.
So I'm fine at home.
Yeah. Had the gym for how long now?
It'll be 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So what made you take the jump from being a PT to becoming a gym owner?
I think it's sort of like, obviously you set goals in your head of being like, I want to have a gym, I want to do this, and obviously that was always in the back of my head. I always knew I wanted something like that, or to be along those lines, but it happened accidentally, in the sense of I was in a public gym first, built up a massive client base, then sort of like went to a private facility, which is actually here, which was here, but it looked very different what it is now.
Yeah.
And it sort of got to the point where like me and another PT were getting better and better, in the sense of bringing in more people, bringing in more custom, bringing in more revenue, and then, but the gym was actually, if the gym income and the members they had, apart from our PTs, was like going down the drain.
Right.
So it was sort of like one of those things where like I sort of have an opportunity here / have to do something, or I'm not going to have a job, because I know this was going to close down.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
you jumped in, and it kind of, I think that's the best one. I think that's kind of how it happened with me as well. It kind of sometimes, it's not forcing your hand, but to a certain extent, that's kind of, the opportunity arises and you just think, right, well, I kind of have to take it, but you're glad to, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You might have done it a year after that comfortably, but the opportunity came up and you were just like, right, okay, well, I can do it, I'll do it now. And
yeah.
I think sometimes, I think a lot of people don't get that kind of, not break, but they don't get that opportunity, so they just keep putting it off and putting it off. Because is there ever a perfect time to set up your own business?
No.
Never is there. It's like anything, there's just not a perfect time to do it. So when it comes up,
I think you'll be the same. Like, it's almost a little confidence boost, in the sense of like, you sort of don't realise your own value, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I've accidentally like surpassed the people that I was looking up to and like working with and working for, so then I may as well do it now.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's absolutely right. How do you think social media affects your business? And from a fitness, how do you think social media affects the fitness industry? So how does it affect your business and you personally? And then for the actual industry as a whole, how do you think it plays a role?
I mean, social media these days, it is like, it's the biggest avenue to try and maximise your business ever now. It's huge. I mean, whether it's Instagram, you've got like TikTok coming through, you've got like Facebook ads, certain things like that. Like there's full job roles that have been opened up in the last 2 years, which never were there before. I would say for me personally, like a while ago, I would try and, when I was just a PT, so to speak, and I was just on the gym floor, for me, the main, like I just wanted to try and get my name out there. It's the best marketing tool in the world.
Yeah.
And I would say it is sort of similar now, but obviously I have to be a little bit more specific, because I've got like advertisements and I've got paid posts and I've got stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I actually fully enjoy now doing the Sculpt Instagram more than mine, because I actually know the people locally.
Yeah.
I can try and target, and it's almost like playing a little bit of a puzzle these days and trying to find how I can actually maximize the gym.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can see the outcome straight away. Like I don't know how many people buy Boohoo Man tracksuits when I advertise them. I don't know how many people buy Hera hoodies when I advertise them.
Yeah.
But I can actually see the direct impact that if I actually put my time into the Sculpt Instagram, like do workouts like I used to do.
You
when
can
I
see
had
the
15K.
ROI. Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah. I think that's why. I think my understanding is when I speak to people about their social media and stuff, it's not all, people don't always have like a direct ROI from it. They don't necessarily always like, some people can't get their heads around, like you're going to do a lot of stuff social media wise, you're going to post for free. Most people post for free. Obviously you can do paid posts and stuff like that, and obviously the ROI on you doing a post for Boohoo is whatever they pay you for that post.
Yeah.
The ROI from you doing something for Sculpt is, it might not come in. Someone might see that post, but it might be the 4th time they've seen something from Sculpt, and they might go, actually go on, yeah then, I'll do it, I'll go. Do you know what I mean? So I think what I try and get across to people is that just try and put out as much content as you can, and almost treat it like a serious part of your business, as much as you would like come and take a class and that would be on, come and take a client that's scheduled in, schedule that time in for social media because it's so important.
Yeah, I would say like nowadays the first thing I do is go through that and make sure there's like almost a sub morning midday post Sculpt, and then like a nighttime one. One being like a photo or something, or like advertisement, like maybe the flyer in Instagram form, and then one being an active video where you can actually see the classes.
Yeah.
It makes people more comfortable.
And do you think, obviously you've met a lot of people who pretty much run their entire business from social media, so they don't even necessarily have an in-person presence, they just do all online stuff. How have you seen that change in the past couple of years? Do you think it's more, like, do you think there's more opportunities with it now? Or do you think it's more diluted now?
It's a hard one because I think if you give enough value, I still think you can use it just as much as you could 2 years ago. But there is a lot more competition coming through there as well. I mean, there's so many good, like look at our business, there's so many good fitness people now who are like putting stuff out there. There's like years ago, like if we looked at like my favourite footballer is not putting his workouts on to get like to what he does all the time to try and make himself a better athlete. But now like you look at the CrossFit athletes, they are putting workouts on like every day. Yeah. They're the best of the best. Like if you look at it like what we would have years ago, you never would have got that. So there's so much value in it now that if you can actually like try and like utilize it, like obviously you met Afikowski who does his own online coaching sort of platform now. Yeah. It's like that, like you've got to build a rapport with people.
Fitness has changed, hasn't it? People are a lot less guarded, because I remember the old days of bodybuilding when you had like the Dorian Yates of the world who would like disappear and wouldn't tell anyone anything that they were doing, because then it would be like a disadvantage to them. So they would like disappear off the face of the earth, and then they'd just turn up like 6 months later at the Olympia.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they didn't want anyone to know what they were up to. Whereas now, because so many fitness people's like business relies on social media and giving people value, they couldn't do that. Like you couldn't have like a Phil Heath disappear off social media for like 6 months, because it would outweigh the benefits of winning the Olympia, how much you get from the social media.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Like even now, I find myself on days when I haven't got stuff scheduled in by my agency or by my management, I'll like actively like put photos on just because I'm like, I need to get something out there so people still know like I'm the fitness guy. So people like, and it's mad, like it messes with your head, because like normally like I'm working and I'll have to like do a few classes tonight, and I'll be like, I haven't really got time to do that, but like I'll still do it, and I'll be like, that has to happen.
Yeah, thank you so much for kind of jumping in on that. So many things that I've learned personally about like kind of what you're doing and stuff, and things that I can take, and I hope obviously people watching as well will be some things that they can take from it, because obviously you've done all of these things and you're just going to continue doing more, so it's good to kind of learn some stuff from you now. But yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. It's good to reflect on it.
Yeah.